This is the stock tracking and notification program. It is designed so that users can create an account where they can add stocks they're looking to buy or sell, and then the program will notify them via text when the stocks they've inputted reach the target price that they select. And this is designed so that users don't have to constantly be checking their stocks because this program will do it for them. We'll start by registering. So for this one, I'm just going to make a test account. For the test, I'm going to type in a phone number in the invalid format just to show how that's handled. And then I'm also going to put the password not in the correct. So if I just put 2 characters, then it'll give me an error for that. So I'll show you both of those errors. So the first one is invalid phone number. It gives directions on how to fix that. And then password to try again. So then I'm just going to hit try again. This time I will put the phone number in the proper format. They're just random numbers. And then I'll put in a valid password. Okay, so then when I click register, it's going to redirect the user to log in. And if I go here, you can see I tried this before, but it added it at the bottom of the file with that information. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going trying again. This is an area where it can be improved. Obviously, it's helpful in all of my testing to be able to see the file, but if I wanted to make this an actual functioning program, I'd probably want to hash the user information so it's not so easily accessible within the text file. I'm going to log into a prior account just so I can show an account with more stocks already in it. It automatically adds the first stock as Apple, but this one is one I've already added more stocks to. So that takes us to the landing screen. Here there are options. First, I will show the searching option. And search, this will give the results with the target price and then the desire to sell. This would be helpful if there were more stocks. Obviously, there's only 3 in this account, but when there gets to be a lot, it's helpful to be able to search there. And they're all displayed here. It iterates through the list. This is an area that could be improved also if you wanted more stocks by making a more efficient sorting function. Mine works fine with the bubble sort because there's not that many stocks, but if you wanted to scale it, that would definitely be a way to improve it. And that would not be too difficult to add. All of the variables and functions within mine are named pretty clearly. If you wanted to just replace the sort function, it would not be hard. You just have to go back to where it's called, which is pretty obvious. Sorry, I'm just going to run this again. Okay. And then within the account, there's also options to add or delete stocks from the user. That's the error screen for wrong password. I just wanted to show that quick. And then, so I'm going to try to add a stock. So first, let's try to start with the stock that doesn't exist. That would be a test. We'll just set the price to 100 and buy. And then when you try to add the stock, it'll tell you that it does not exist and give you option to try again. So then X out of there. Let's try Google, which is a real stock. Stock added, and then it doesn't show up right away. It'll show up again if you rerun it. But if I want to delete a stock, let's say we want to delete BA. Delete stock deleted. Okay, now if we rerun the program, we should see some changes to that screen. There we go. Now we have Google there instead of BA because we deleted BA. But if you wanted to try to delete a stock that wasn't in your list, we'll hit test again. It'll just give you an error. And that's how we handle those ones. Now I want to show another part of it. This is also printing just at different parts of this. If you click check all prices, it'll check all prices for all users. And this will notify all of the users if, like I just got a text message from my account that just says stock has reached target price. And that's just something that runs when you run it. A way that could be improved is by having that function run automatically at a certain time every day. That was one of my initial criteria for success, but it ended up proving difficult to do that both in the REPL environment. So, and within a different environment, it might be more attainable, but I was not able to do that. So that's one area that could be improved. Aim to add a button to notify the client because it couldn't run automatically, honestly, is a comment on the extensibility of the program as a whole because anything can be added as a button. Specifically looking at the landing screen, we have options here for things to do with stocks, but those buttons are just listed right here. It'd be pretty straightforward to just add another button to carry out any more functions that you would want to do to change the data of the stocks. Everything is labeled pretty straightforward here, as you can see, with add stock screen, delete stock screen, straightforward commands, and the GUI as a whole makes the layout pretty straightforward. Especially in the constructor, you can see everything is named pretty much for its purpose. Every variable is just name, password, email, next, stocks. It all kind of speaks for itself. The function to file just then sends things to a file. So I think these straightforward details are what would make this program pretty simple to improve. Another thing is that all the data, as I mentioned, is stored in a linked list. So adding more users is not that complicated as it's a dynamic data type. But overall, I think this program goes out to do what it was set to, and there's a lot of ways it could be improved, and those improvements are very much attainable with how the program is structured.